Ladies and gentlemen, success begins not in your circumstances, but in your mind. The greatest force that moves a person from the valley of doubt to the mountaintop of destiny is belief. Belief in oneself, belief in one's future, and belief that the person you wish to become is already waiting inside you. Today, I challenge you not merely to dream of the person you want to be, but to act like them, walk like them, speak like them, think like them. Because the world does not respond to what you wish for. It responds to who you are and how you show up. Let me tell you something undeniable. The person you want to be already exists. Not in some distant future, but in the decisions you make right now. You are one bold step away from stepping into that version of yourself. Do you want to be confident? Okay, then stop waiting to feel confident. Start acting like someone who already is. Want to be wealthy? Start managing your time, your energy, and your resources like someone who respects the value of every second. The value of every second. Want to be a leader? Then speak like one, serve like one, and above all, decide like one. Every great man or woman who achieved anything significant first had to act in faith. Faith in themselves when the world doubted them. Faith in their mission when the odds were against them. They acted like the person they were becoming long before they became that person. And it was that very decision that opened the doors. Understand this truth. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. And when you act like the person you want to be, you are choosing new habits, new standards, a new identity. The mind is a workshop. What you build in thought, you can forge in reality. But you must see yourself already at the top. You must carry yourself with purpose. Speak with conviction, and never again apologize for expecting more from yourself. So, from this moment forward, walk with your shoulders back and your vision clear. Think with discipline. Move with intention. Speak only of possibilities, not problems. Smile at fear. And when doubt whispers, who do you think you are? You answer, I am becoming who I was born to be. Stop waiting for permission. Stop rehearsing failure. Step into your power. Start acting like the person you want to be, and watch the world rise to meet you. To decide who you want to be is the first and most important step in your journey towards success. It's a decision that shapes the entire course of your life, yet it is often the step that many people overlook or avoid. The reason why so many fail to achieve their fullest potential is not due to a lack of talent, resources, or opportunities, but because they haven't clearly defined the person they are striving to become. It is not enough to wish for success or hope that good things will happen. You must actively decide who you will be in order to attract those good things into your life. At the heart of this decision is a clear vision. A vision of who you want to become, what you want to accomplish, and how you want to live. It is essential to have this clarity, as it is the guiding light that will direct your actions, choices, and even your mindset. Without a vision, you are like a ship adrift on the open sea, at the mercy of the waves. But when you have a clear picture of who you want to be, you set your sails in the direction of that vision, and suddenly, everything in your life starts to align with your purpose. When you decide who you want to be, you are not just making a superficial wish. You are declaring your intention to evolve, to become the best version of yourself. This requires a commitment to growth and a willingness to do what it takes to bring that person to life. It means looking beyond your current circumstances, beyond the limitations you may have set for yourself, and seeing the bigger picture. It requires you to step outside your comfort zone and to embrace the challenge of becoming more than you are right now. This transformation may be uncomfortable at times, but it is necessary if you are serious about reaching your full potential. The decision to define who you want to be also comes with an important realization. You are not defined by where you are today. Your past does not dictate your future. Your current circumstances are not a reflection of your true capabilities or your true worth. Many people get trapped by their present situation and fail to realize that the person they want to be is only one decision away. All it takes is the willingness to start, the willingness to define your future, and the courage to step in. Your past experiences, whether they are filled with success or failure, simply stepping stones toward the person you are meant to become. It's not about pretending or faking it. It's about stepping into the person you aim It's a powerful practice that ensures you don't just think about the life you want, but you actively start building it, moment by moment, day by day. The first step in embodying your vision is to truly visualize who you want to be. This means being specific about your goals, desires, and values. What does the best version of yourself look like? What does that person do on a daily basis? How do they carry themselves, speak, and make decisions? Visualization is not just about imagining success in the future. It's about embodying the traits and behaviors of success right now. The clearer your vision, the easier it is to live in alignment with it. Once you have this clear vision, you must commit to it wholeheartedly. This commitment is more than just wishful thinking. It's a daily conscious effort to make choices that reflect the person you are becoming. If you want to be more disciplined, for instance, embody that discipline now. Start by incorporating small, disciplined actions into your routine. If you want to be more confident, practice confidence in every interaction, no matter how small. If your vision includes financial success, begin managing your money with the care and wisdom of someone who already has that success. Every small act builds the foundation for the larger transformation. Embodying your vision also requires you to be consistent. It's easy to be motivated for a day, a week, or even a month, but true transformation happens when you maintain that vision consistently. Whether it's waking up early, sticking to a fitness routine, or keeping a positive mindset in the face of adversity, it's the daily actions that reinforce your vision. Each decision you make, Every moment you choose to live in alignment with your goals strengthens the image of who you are becoming. The small daily choices compound over time, and eventually they lead to massive changes. Your habits are the foundation of this embodiment. Who you are becoming is shaped by what you do regularly. You must set up systems that support your vision. If you are serious about becoming a leader, surround yourself with people who challenge and inspire you. If you want to become a great communicator, practice speaking every day. If you are determined to achieve physical health, make fitness a part of your daily life. You cannot expect to change your life without changing your habits. Your actions must align with your vision, and this alignment is what transforms intention into reality. However, embodying your vision is not always easy. The path toward your goals may be challenging, and there will inevitably be setbacks. You may encounter moments of doubt, frustration, or even failure. But the true power of embodiment lies. When you embody your vision, you become resilient in the face of obstacles. You do not let setbacks define you. Instead, you use them as opportunities to reinforce your commitment to your vision. A person who embodies their vision doesn't quit when things get tough. They rise stronger, more determined, and more aligned with the person they are becoming. Another key aspect of embodying your vision is the way you speak and carry yourself. Your words are a powerful reflection of your beliefs and your identity. Speak in the language of success, confidence, and possibility. Affirm your goal. Your language shapes the reality you live in. If you constantly speak about your goals in a passive or uncertain way, you will inadvertently hinder your progress. But when you speak with certainty, as if you have already achieved your vision, you condition both your mind and the people around you to support that vision. It's important to remember that embodying your vision is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. Every day is an opportunity to take another step toward becoming the person you want to be. It requires dedication, patience, and the willingness to keep moving forward, no matter what. The person you are becoming is already within you, and by embodying your vision daily, you are unlocking your full potential and bringing that person to life. In doing so, you will find that the life you've always dreamed of begins to unfold. Opportunities will arise, your skills will sharpen, and you will naturally begin to attract the success and fulfillment you seek. This is the power of embodiment. By living as the person you want to become, you align your actions, thoughts, and beliefs with that future self, making it inevitable that you will reach your goals. To master your habits is to understand that success is not an event, but a process, a series of actions performed consistently over time. Habits are the silent architects of your destiny, shaping your character, guiding your choices, and determining your outcome. They are the small, seemingly insignificant behaviors that compound day after day to either propel you toward your goals or keep you stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. The person you want to become is not a distant dream. It is the sum of the habits you practice today. If you want to create lasting change, you must master the daily habits that will guide you toward the life you desire. At the heart of mastering your habits is understanding that they shape your identity. Your habits are not just what you do, they define who you are. They are the reflection of your values, beliefs, and priorities. If you want to become a healthier person, you must adopt the habits of health. Regular exercise, mindful eating, and adequate rest. If you want to be financially successful, you must develop the habits of saving, investing, and budgeting. Your habits are the manifestation of your goals, and they are the bridge between who you are now and who you are striving to become. One of the most critical steps in mastering your habits is identifying which behaviors are holding you back and which ones will propel you forward. Often, people are unaware of how their habits are sabotaging their progress. The habit of procrastination, for example, will keep you from taking action toward your goals. The habit of negative self-talk will erode your confidence and limit your potential. The habit of indulgence will keep you from achieving the discipline necessary to pursue your dreams. Recognizing the habits that do not serve you is the first step in creating the change you want to see in your life. Once you have identified your unproductive habits, you must replace them with new, empowering ones. The key to lasting change is not to eliminate habits, but to replace them with more beneficial alternatives. For example, if you have the habit of procrastinating, replace it with the habit of taking immediate action, no matter how small. If you tend to overeat, replace that habit with eating mindfully and making healthier choices. Every time you replace a negative habit with a positive one, you reinforce your identity as someone who is committed to growth, success, and self-discipline. Mastering your habits requires patience and persistence. It is easy to become discouraged when you do not see immediate results. But success is not built overnight. Habits are ingrained over time, and it takes consistent effort to transform them. The key is to focus on progress, not perfection. Not perfection. Start small and build momentum. Rather than trying to change everything at once, focus on one habit at a time. As you master one habit, it becomes easier to incorporate others into your routine. Success is not about making grand changes all at once. It's about the steady, incremental improvements that accumulate over time. Another critical element in mastering your habits is self-discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's about committing to your goals and taking action, even when the immediate rewards are not visible. Mastering your habits means developing the discipline to follow through, day after day. It's about creating a routine that supports your vision, even when the path seems difficult. Discipline is the foundation of all great achievements because it's what keeps you moving forward, even when motivation wanes. One of the most effective ways to build and sustain habits is through accountability. Surround yourself with people who support your goals and hold you to a higher standard. Accountability partners can help you stay on track, provide encouragement when you falter, and celebrate your wins along the way. Having someone to answer to makes it easier to stay committed to your habits and ensures that you don't give up when challenges arise. Another strategy for mastering your habits is to track your progress. This allows you to see the improvements you've made and stay motivated to keep going. Tracking gives you tangible evidence that your efforts are paying off and provides a sense of accomplishment. Whether it's a journal, a habit tracker app, or a simple checklist, tracking your habits helps to reinforce your commitment and keep you focused on your goals. In addition, it's essential to recognize that setbacks are a part of the process. You will slip up. You will make mistakes. But this does not mean you should abandon your goals. The key is to learn from these setbacks and adjust your approach. The more you continue to show up for yourself, the stronger your habits will become, and the closer you will get to the person you are becoming. Mastering your habits is ultimately about control. It's about taking control of your daily actions and shaping them into a reflection of the future you are creating. You have the power to change your life, not by making dramatic, one-time efforts, but by committing to the habits that will carry you toward your vision. When you master your habits, you master your destiny. Your future is created in the present moment, and the key to unlocking that future is the consistent practice of powerful, positive habits that align with your goals and your vision for success. To take bold action is to step into your power and embrace the discomfort that comes with pursuing greatness. Many people wait for the perfect moment, believing that when the timing is right or when they feel fully ready, they will take the leap. But the truth is, perfect timing rarely comes. If you wait until everything is aligned and every doubt is cleared, you'll find yourself stuck in an endless cycle of inaction. Bold action doesn't wait for the perfect conditions, it creates them. It is about making the decision to move forward despite fear, uncertainty, or external obstacles, and trusting that the act of moving will lead to clarity, growth, and eventual success. Taking bold action is not a single grand gesture. It's the accumulation of smaller, courageous steps taken consistently. It's about making a decision and sticking to it, even when challenges arise. Every small action builds momentum and transforms uncertainty into confidence. The more you act boldly, the more you reinforce the belief that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. Boldness, after all, is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward in spite of it. When you step outside of your comfort zone, you push yourself to grow in ways you could never imagine. Bold action also involves making choices with conviction. It's about trusting your intuition, and acting in alignment with your vision, even when you're unsure of the outcome. People who succeed aren't necessarily the ones who have everything figured out. Rather, they are the ones who choose to act, even when faced with uncertainty. The most successful people in history did not wait for all the answers to be clear. They acted in faith, believing that their actions would bring them closer to their desired outcome. The fear of failure often keeps people from taking action, but it's important to understand there is not something to be feared. In fact, failure is a vital part of the process. When you take bold action, you open yourself up to new experiences and new lessons. New lessons. Each mistake, each setback is simply a stepping stone towards success. The key is not to avoid failure, but to learn from it and use it as fuel to propel you forward. Bold action requires resilience, the willingness to pick yourself up, adjust your approach, and keep moving despite the setbacks. Another aspect of bold action is being decisive. Indecision and hesitation are often the biggest obstacles to success. People who are afraid to take risks or make decisions often remain stagnant, paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong choice. But in reality, making a decision, any decision, is more important than waiting for the perfect option. The act of deciding propels you forward and creates momentum. Even if the decision turns out to be less than ideal, you can adjust and course correct. Bold action is about trusting that you have the ability to navigate any situation that comes your way. Taking bold action also means letting go of perfectionism. Perfectionism often prevents people from taking the first step, as they feel they need to have everything perfect before they begin. But the truth is, nothing will ever be perfect. Success is not about flawless execution. It's about persistence, adaptability, and the willingness to take risks. When you embrace imperfection and act anyway, you give yourself permission to grow and evolve through the process. The act of doing, even imperfectly, is what allows you to make progress and move closer to your goals. Furthermore, bold action is often tied to a sense of urgency. There will always be distractions. There will always be reasons to wait, but the only way to create the life you want is to act now. Time will not wait for you to feel ready. It moves forward, whether you do or not. By taking bold action today, you create the future you desire. You don't put things off. You don't procrastinate. You make a decision and start moving in the direction of your dreams. Taking bold action is also about breaking through the barriers that hold you back. It could be fear of judgment, fear of failure, or fear of the unknown. Bold action requires you to push past these fears and do what you know deep down is necessary for your growth. The more you act boldly, the more you train your mind to become comfortable with discomfort. Over time, you begin to recognize that fear is simply a signal that you're on the right path. The more you act in spite of fear, the less power fear has over you. In essence, bold action is the key to turning your vision into reality. It's the catalyst that propels you forward and creates opportunities that wouldn't exist if you remained passive. Every great achievement, every success story is a result of bold decisions made by people who refuse to stay stagnant. Taking bold action requires faith in yourself, a willingness to take risks, and a commitment to growth. It's about choosing to act now, not tomorrow, and trusting that every step you take brings you closer to the person you are meant to become. To believe in your transformation is to embrace the process of growth with unwavering trust, even when the results are not immediately visible. Transformation is not an instant occurrence. It is a gradual evolution that requires patience, perseverance, and faith in the unseen. Often, when people set out to achieve great things, they expect quick results or immediate validation. However, true transformation occurs in the quiet, incremental steps that we often overlook. It is the commitment to your vision when there is no clear sign of progress that truly shapes the future. Believing in your transformation means that you trust the journey, regardless of how long it takes or how challenging it becomes. This belief is the foundation that allows you to stay motivated, even when external circumstances seem discouraging or when doubt creeps in. Transformation happens on the inside first, in the way you think, the way you perceive challenges, and in the habits you create. The external manifestation of that transformation is just the final result. But the true power lies in the quiet, consistent work you put in behind the scenes. When you believe in your transformation, you stop being a passive observer of your life and become an active participant. You recognize that you are not merely waiting for success to find you. You are creating it every day with your thoughts, decisions, and actions. You must trust that the person you are becoming is already within you, and that with each action you take, you are drawing closer to that ideal self. Even when things are difficult, even when you face setbacks, believing in your transformation means you understand the that these challenges are part of the process. They are not roadblocks, but stepping stones that are leading you to the person you are meant to become. The belief in your transformation also involves cultivating self-compassion. Many people become discouraged along the way because they are too hard on themselves when things don't go according to plan. They fail to realize that transformation is not about perfection. It is about progress. You are allowed to make mistakes, to falter, and to stumble. What matters is your ability to pick yourself up, learn from your experiences, and continue moving forward. The belief in your transformation is the understanding that setbacks do not define you, they refine you. Moreover, believing in your transformation is a matter of patience. Transformation does not happen overnight. It is a process that takes time, effort, and persistence. In today's world of instant gratification, it's easy to become frustrated when results do not come quickly. However, real and lasting change takes time. It requires consistent effort and a deep belief that every small step is bringing you closer to your desired outcome. Even on the days when you don't see immediate progress, you must trust that your efforts are accumulating and that success is inevitable, as long as you stay the course. Believing in your transformation also means you recognize the importance of faith, not just in the external results, but in yourself. When you trust in your own abilities, you empower yourself to take action without fear or hesitation. You understand that you are capable of achieving your goals, even if the road to success is winding or unpredictable. Belief in yourself is the fuel that propels you forward, especially during times when doubt tries to undermine your progress. It is the unwavering conviction that you are worthy of success and that your efforts will eventually yield the results you seek. Additionally, believing in your transformation requires you to embrace the idea that your journey may look different from what you expected. The path to your goals may be filled with unexpected detours, challenges, and even failures. But these are not signs of defeat. They are essential parts of the process. Every twist and turn offers an opportunity for growth and a deeper understanding of yourself. When you believe in your transformation, you trust that every experience, both positive and negative, is contributing to your evolution. You may not always understand the purpose of these challenges in the moment, but your belief in the process allows you to keep moving forward with faith. Lastly, believing in your transformation requires you to take action, even when you don't feel ready. Transformation is not a passive activity. It requires you to actively engage with the world and take steps toward your goals. Belief in your transformation is not just about positive thinking. It's about consistently showing up and doing the work. The more you show up for yourself, the more you reinforce your belief that change is possible. This action, fueled by belief, will eventually lead to tangible results. Believing in your transformation is not just a mindset. It is a way of life. It is a daily commitment to trust the process, to embrace the challenges, and to stay aligned with the vision of the person you are becoming. When you believe in your transformation, you give yourself permission to grow, to evolve, and to step into the best version of yourself. It is this belief that will sustain you during the difficult times and propel you toward the life you have always dreamed of.